So why are they surprised then at his cabinet picks, like Marco Rubio, Trump's nominee for Secretary of State? Rubio has been vocal in his condemnation of Hamas, referring to them as vicious animals and calling for their complete destruction. Elise Stefanik, the new ambassador to the UN, in a statement earlier this year, Stefanik called the UNA, quote, cesspool of anti-Semitism for denouncing the casualties in Gaza. And Mike Huckabee, the new ambassador to Israel, Huckabee told NewsNation back in August that he's firmly against a two-state solution and echoed Rubio's calls for Hamas to be wiped out.
It's now time to talk about completely eradicating Hamas, giving Israel a right of security and safety. Stop the nonsense about two-state solution. Never going to happen, never should happen.
Huckabee, Stefanik, and Rubio are likely to soon hold serious positions of power and all figure to have heavy influence on where the U.S. support for Israel goes from here. So how did Muslim supporters of Trump, who were voting on this issue, not see that coming? Seems to me it would be like Christian conservatives for Harris, who were voting on that issue, being surprised that her administration wouldn't align with their views. But let's ask Rabiul Chowdhury, co-founder of Muslims for Trump, who also chaired the Abandon Harris campaign in Pennsylvania. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Appreciate it. So let me ask you this. I mean, you didn't see this coming with regard to Donald Trump?
Well, thank you, Dan, for hosting me. I believe the problem arises with some of the cabinet pack, like Marco Rubio, is because most Muslim Americans, including myself, we believe in America first. And some of his pick, like Marco Rubio, in our opinion, did not align with his America first and his vision of peace, where we wanted to see someone like Richard Grenell, who engaged heavily with Arabs and the Muslim community in key swing states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin.
But let me play you again. I'm just basing it on what he said in the campaign, and I think that it's very hard to suggest Donald Trump doesn't do what he says, right? So this is during the presidential debate. Here he is taunting Biden for being, quote, like a Palestinian. Let's listen.
He said the only one who wants to keep going is Hamas. Actually, Israel is the one, and you should let him go and let him finish the job. He doesn't want to do it. He's become like a Palestinian, but they don't like him because he's a very bad Palestinian. He's a weak one.
See, look, Rabiul, I mean, I can understand if you're saying, look, I wasn't voting on that issue, right? I was voting on issues of the economy, inflation. Okay, fair enough. But Muslims who were voting on the issue of the Middle East, right, and on the Biden-Harris administration's record, it seems to me may have bet on the wrong horse here, no?
Absolutely not, because end of the day, Donald Trump is in charge. Yes, some of his picks are not favorable based on their past rhetoric, but there is no regret when we launched Abandon Biden, Abandon Harris, or even Muslims for Trump. We did consider his past presidency. We lived under him from 2016 to 2020. We know exactly who we are. Because of the fact that he's not predictable, that's what makes him the unique and best negotiator.
So you still think, despite the disappointments, fair to say that you think that there are disappointments in the selections, right, of Huckabee and some of these others, but you still are, you're still sticking by the decision you made?
Absolutely, and it's not going to be fair for us to kind of quickly blame him for any wrongdoing by Biden and Harris. Biden is still our president until January 20th. We will hold Trump's feet to the fire after January 20th. But as of now, you have to talk about Biden, who put our country to shame. Yeah. We have seen nothing sort of diplomacy whatsoever.
Yeah, well, good luck under Trump if you're hoping that he's going to somehow force the Palestinians to the table or force Israel to the table. But we shall see. We shall see. Look, as someone, you and I probably don't share views on the Middle East. I probably share views more akin to those of Biden and Trump. But even between those, I would think Trump is going to be more pro-Israel than Biden. At least that's what he said. We shall see. Rabiul, thank you for the time. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.